everybody, Michelle DeVito with MWR. So today's our Eco Promises seminar, and we're going to be making something that's really kind of fun and easy and lets you do all of the different things that we've talked about with respect to recycling and upcycling. So we're going to be making a bee home, and you'll see that it's all out of recycled or easily obtainable materials. So that's what we're going to do today. So grab your scissors, your pencil, your ruler, your brown paper bag, your can, and your twine, and let's get going. To start building our bee house, we're going to make all of the tubes that go inside the can first. And as I said before, I used brown paper bags. That was easy for me to get a hold of, and again, we're recycling or upcycling. So I used one brown paper bag, and it was enough to give me the 50 rectangles that I need. First thing to do is just go ahead and make a grid. Draw out your grid on your brown paper bag so that you know where you're going to be cutting. So if you're going to use the same can that I used, which is a 19-ounce soup can, you're going to want your strips to be 4 inches by 2 inches. So you can go ahead and draw that grid, get it all nice and dark so that the lines are easy to follow. And then, if you have children at home that you want to have participate in the activity, then you get yourself some safety scissors and let them cut that out. And that's a great activity for them, and it'll take them a little while to do it. Just cut along those lines until you have all of your brown paper bag cut up, and you have a stack of rectangles just like this. Now these rectangles are what we're going to roll in little tiny tubes, and those will make our home. So to do that, just get hold of a pencil and put that right in there and start rolling your little pieces of paper around your pencil. And it's going to give you a great tube that's just the right size. Take your pencil out and then just kind of crimp it a little bit. Push it together. You can wind it down so it gets a little bit tighter. Now that you've spent all that time rolling up your little tubes, it's time to start putting the tubes in. And what I wanted to show you was that when you put your tubes in, especially when you start, your little tubes are going to come unspiraled, and they're going to be big. And that's really not a problem. That's one of the great things about the fact that we're using spirals, is because as we put those tubes in and we fill up this area, those spirals are going to get smaller and smaller, and you'll be able to adjust the ones that are too big as you put in the new ones. So we're going to take one of our spirals and we're going to wind it up on our pencil. And then right here, where we've got a big spiral, we're going to take our pencil and our new tube, and we're just going to simply insert that in there. Okay? Now, if this tube is still too big, that's not a problem. Just take it, wind it up a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, and then just put it back in there. Of course, I got one that was ripped, but there we go. And push that on down and see that that's smaller now. And as you continue to add those tubes in there, you're going to be able to adjust the ones that you find are too big. And just do it like this. And see, it just continuously fills those gaps up and makes those other tubes just a little bit smaller. So just keep filling that little can up with all those tubes, just like that. See, they're just getting smaller and smaller. And pretty soon you're going to have all the tubes just the size that you want them to be. So now we're coming to the last part of putting together our bee house. And you'll see I have those strands of twine that I cut earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot in the top of that so that I have a loop that I can use later on when I go to hang this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a braid, and we'll do our braid with 2 strands, 2 strands, 2 strands. So we have our 3 sections, and each of our sections has 2 strands, and then we're just going to braid those strands and make a nice braid here. And we're going to continue on down, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to braid enough length to go around our can. So the way I measured that was not very precise. I didn't use a ruler. I just took my braid and wrapped it around the can and kept braiding until I got exactly what I wanted. Just wanted that length to go all the way around the can and then to be able to come back through that loop. So here's the one that I'm working on to show you. And here's the one that I've finished braiding. So there you have it. And again, you're just going to take that and measure it right around the can. And you want to braid it until you have enough braid to come up in through this loop. Okay? And my suggestion is that you make both of your braids the same length. It'll just make it easier when you get ready to go and hang it. So there's one braid, and then I will just go ahead and grab the other one, and we'll see what it looks like as we tie it off. We finished braiding both of our straps. We take a look at them. They're really close to the same length. So we're going to go ahead and tie them off. Let's pull that knot nice and tight. And we'll do the same with this one. Just about the same length. Let's look and see. Yeah, not bad. Good job. Now, I'm going to go ahead and slip on our tabs. Now, it's important that you slip your strap through the smooth side. And you'll see there are 2 sides to it if you look here closely. This side's a little bit sharp. If you try and put your strap through there, it's going to get hung up and be very difficult. So we want to go through the smooth side. And we're just going to kind of twist that. It's doubled over so that we have everything in there. There we go. And there it is. It's through. And we'll be able to move that right down to the end of those knots, and you can see that catches them and holds it very securely. So let's just look at that and do that again with the other one, just so that you get to see it twice. So we're going to look for the smooth side. This one's a little bit sharp here, it's rough. This side's smooth. We're going to double our strap over, squeeze it tight, and then we're just going to ease it on in. There you have it. Then the last step is 1, And here's the other one. There are 2 straps, and all we want to do on each of the straps is we want to grab hold of the loop end, and we're just going to keep pulling that through till it's nice and taut. Okay? You can actually do both of them at the same time. Just pull so that those tabs slide all the way down, and your knot on that fringy side is right up against the tab. Now all you have to do is just trim those little bits here of the fringe if you don't want them. If you want them, just leave them on there, and it's ready to hang. So here's our finished bee house. We used a recycled can, we used recycled tabs, we recycled some brown paper. So, as we talk about with our eco promises, it's all about reusing, recycling, and upcycling. This project certainly did all of those things. When you get ready to place your bee house in your yard, please make sure it's away from where children would be playing or other activities would be taking place. Solitary bees are not particularly aggressive, but as we know, any bee, when it feels threatened, can sting. So make sure you place it appropriately. You want to make sure that it's about 3 to 4 feet above the ground, and they like it best if it's in a sunny spot. Enjoyed doing this seminar with you, and I hope that you all are safe and that your families are doing well. Please check back with us, see what's going on with MWR, because even though we're apart, we're all in this together. So stay safe, stay well, and see you soon. Bye-bye.